back to our continuing playthrough of Napoleon, and today we're going to be doing year 1803. First, a little bookkeeping here. First off, I had this big question about Prussia and Russia declaring war, and how it's not on the rule book kind of schedule or table. And that's actually an omission. That's the designer has Ted Racer has acknowledged that this that needed to be added. You go by the card, and if Prussia and Russia are hostile, you choose Prussia and Russia declare war. However, I made a goof. I rolled for Russia, and they became hostile in the diplomatic phase. But I completely forgot that Tsar. You see this card? Yeah, Tsar Paul is still in, and you ignore their role. I think what confused me was this one, Swedish War, which sets you from allied to neutral. That doesn't negate him. He still causes you to ignore the role, so they are neutral. Finally, somebody, I'll zoom in here, gave me a nice on another YouTube playthrough. He's doing the vassal version. I can't remember what his name of his channel is. I'll put a link on there just to be fair. But somebody in the comments made a very good comment that when a country is under a treaty that prevents them from being rolled, can't turn 45 degrees those countries, and that way you can look at a glance who needs to move and who doesn't. Now, obviously, you want to double check and make sure the treaty's still actually in play, but that gives you kind of, Russia is apparently under treaty. Let me see if that's still true, and that's a handy tip right there. So just can't anything that's under a treaty or some kind of card that prevents them from being changed. Okay, so with all that jazz, let's get on with year 1803. All right, we are ready for 1803. And get our draw card back up. And now let us get all our resources. 4 for Napoleon, 2 for Berthier, for admin for up to 6. Talleyrand for 1 diplomatic point. Josephine and Frank's reorganized give us 2 political points up to 11. And now for the big drain. 2, 4, 5 glory lost due to bad relatives and Nelson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like Michael Jackson. And there is one actually called. Is it Jerome? No, it's Jermaine Jackson. Never mind. I thought we did the year of setup phase. We got all our resources. Time for the card deck phase. I've already gone through, shuffled everything. Keep an eye on it, make sure I didn't miss any cards. I don't think there's anything that comes out in year 1803. The next time cards go in is 1807. So we got a long time with this here deck here, and it is time to start the card action phase. All shuffled up, ready to go, and our first card draw is Armistice. Must play some campaign modifiers. If the combat results in a stalemate, either 1A and lose 10 glory, 1P, or 1 random neutral country becomes hostile and charge current campaign card to match the updated diplomatic standings. If there are no neutral countries, option 1 must be chosen, and then put this card in play. Okay, campaign modifier. Oh, by the way, I changed Russia declares the war to Prussia declares war, so we will face these guys. Must be chosen. Let's see. +1 DRM in the first combat round, +1 DRM in all combat rounds if Austria is allied. They are. +1 DRM in all combat rounds is Russia is allied. They're not. Okay. That's going to be the situation we're going to walk into. All right, so second card draw coming up. Portugal expedition. Let's see, must immediately resolve an expedition. 5 or less failure is a 5 glory. 6 or more is 10 glory. Because this is a lot of glory, I think we're going to go ahead. I'm going to assign up to 2 commanders. That's a lot of admin. I don't think I want to do that because I'm going to be making some kings here in a second. I think we'll throw in Marmont for a +1 DRM on this roll. So -1 admin down to 5. Zip. Let's see. Reroll. We need a 6 or better. +1. 7. All right. 10 glory for us. And we like this. Marmont is now unavailable for the rest of the year. He's on expedition. But we discard this card so it can come up again. Meanwhile, come back out. And 10 whopping glory. So we go from 34 to 44. Back in the glory machine now. I really like that. Card draw number 3 coming up. Arrest the Pope. Okay, I may arrest the Pope. Minus 1d, 1p, get 5 glory, then discard Papal Concordat if it is there, and remove this from play. Otherwise, just discard this card with no effect. Well, I only have 1d. I don't know if I want to give it up for 5 glory. Everything runs on glory, though. I'm going to discard this time. Maybe there'll be a situation where I want to do it another time. But anyway, card draw number 4. Bernadotte. Okay. May place in commanders. Maybe a crowned Prince of Sweden during making kings. Okay. In our commanders. Great. One clarification is that if Bernadotte comes into play and Desiree is not married to Napoleon, you get rid of this card. That's in the rulebook there. It's not specific on the card, however. Or is it? Let me see. Nope, it's strictly in the rulebook. He comes out. All right. Put my deck back here. 5th card draw. Juno, he's back. Okay. Good. Replace the commander I used for the expedition. Okay, before I get into the rolling for more card draws, I think I want to do a little bit of spending of admin. I don't want to spend too much. I want to keep it around because we got a battle coming up. We're blurry here, aren't we? Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and make Joseph Bonaparte at the cost of 1 administration. And make him King of Spain. There you go. King of Spain, and now instead of sucking 2 glory from us every year, he's gonna give us 2 glory. So instead of -2, +2 down here. Alright, you're making yourself useful. I can make a whole bunch more kings with admin, but like I said, I want to save the money, or the admin. Calling it Monday. So, or do we have a 6th card draw? And the answer is yes, we do. 6th card is Crumper System. Must place in Prussia. Treat the first victory in campaigns against Prussia as a stalemate. Oh, you would come in here. Right as we're about to go to Prussia, you show up. Thanks a lot. Okay. Alright. It is what it is. That was the 6th card play. I did not move the little marker, but here we have a 7th. The answer is we do have a 7th. 7th card play. Siege must play some campaign modifiers. Roll a die, and basically we're just going to add on a chunk. If we get lucky, we'll add on a chunk of glory. Fine by me. 8th card draw, and the answer is yes. Looting, which I never play because I don't like losing glory. Well, if I may place, then this comes in. I don't have a choice after I play it. I say no. I don't think I can't imagine ever playing that card. But maybe no. Card draw. Is that 7 or 8? Ooh. Yes, I did do an 8th card draw. I forgot to move the marker. I gotta get in the better habit of this. Okay, 9th card draw. 5, and it would have been ended the turn on a 4. So we will have a 9th card draw. And the answer is Imperial Titles. May immediately place the effect for the effect below, or place in France to be played later. May immediately play for the effect below. -1. Or place in. I'm going to place it in France. I want to save my admin. So we just got a quick way to get a political point if we need it. All right, so 10th card draw or not? 10, yes, we will have a 10th card draw. 10 for 10. Confederation of the Rhine, strategy and tactics. Must, -1D to +5 glory and +5 political, placing strategy and tactics if neither Prussia nor... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's conditional. Neither Prussia nor Austria have this card have no effect. Nope, it goes in. We'll find a use for it. 11th card draw, yes or no? The answer is no. We have finished the card action phase. And we will go to campaign resolution. Remember, we got this. I wonder how I can do it. I wonder if it'd be better if he's, instead of staying in Prussia box, he'd be better off in the strategy and always just staying there. That way I always remember if it's Prussia. Well, I don't know. All right, let's look at the situation. Prussia campaign. +1 DRM in the first combat round. +1 in all combat rounds of Austria's ally. That is true. Not Russia, though. So, we will get +1 in the first combat round. All combat rounds because of Austria being allied. Okay, that is nice. That puts us on the track. Of course, we're going to get a stalemate. Nothing I can do about that. I'm going to just kind of keep them there. This is going to be a problem because this is automatically going to trigger because it comes into effect if a combat results in a stalemate, and that's definitely what's going to happen. As far as I know, that's how you play it. This is an opportunity to gain a DRM. I might save this in reserve. I'm not going to pay for that right now, so I won't apply it here. We'll kind of shunt it off to the side here for now to show what's in and what's out. All DRMs after the first, that's not in effect. This will be in effect. This is with the resolution of the campaign, total campaign. This can only be used in the first for strategies and tactics, so we might as well just use it now. We are at +3, so we are in very good shape as far as the first round goes. Second round, which is definitely coming, maybe an entirely different story. All right, now I'm going to assign my commanders. Now, somebody tell me, it tells you in the sequence of play that you need to assign your commanders first, but I don't see anything that would cause a rules problem by just looking at the situation and then assigning your commanders based on that. If anyone can think of anything that would mess it up, let me know. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing that would, I mean, if you're looking with full eyes here, I don't see a situation that would cause that. But anyway, we're going with 3. And we're going to pay, oh, wait a minute, we're going to go with 4. Hold on. So we're going to pay 3 administration for these 3 commanders and leave 1 in, I'll have 1 administration left in reserve for that, fancy card that's as good as a general in the modifiers. And I'll go ahead and pay 2 glory for this guy. And that's a good set of reserves since we know we're getting a second, at least a second. Well, I could blow it right here, and so we're going to use a commander, like so. We'll use Marmont and go to +4. Here we go. Big roll. +4. Battle of Austria. Here we go. Ooh, that is... Well, you know what? I don't have to win 2 victories. All this does is render the first victory, or render... Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. I need a victory. The first victory is a stalemate. So if I just take the stalemate, the next, I do victory next time, that's a stalemate again. No, I need to win this, so I think I have to use Napoleon's luck. Okay, yep. There's no way around it. Now I really need a victory in a big, bad way. Come on, baby. +4. Oh. Stalemated again. Uh-oh. We're in big trouble. We are in big trouble. Okay. All right, I had to stop the camera and think about all the implications of what's going on here. Because this card puts me in a real conundrum. Okay, we've stalemated. So this card with this card is making it, because it automatically made a stalemate, and we rolled a stalemate and not a victory. What to do? So when there's a stalemate, I can either -1A to -10G and -1P. Problem is, this is going to happen at least twice, because the first one's going to be a victory. It's going to be a stalemate. That's the best that can happen. So I'll be sucking down 20 glory at least by going with this option. So I think I have to go with this wild option. I had to sit there and think about how this all plays out. And instead of paying all that, one random neutral country becomes hostile, and it changes the current campaign card to match. Now, there can only be one campaign at a time, and somebody tell me if I'm wrong. That means this is going to be suspended, and a new campaign is going to come in, potentially. It depends on what the roll is when I go random. Random means, yeah, I gotta work through this conundrum here. We have two neutrals, Spain or Russia, and there's no reason why it can't be either one, even though, because this is outside of the diplomatic rolls. So we just pick one at random. So we're just gonna roll of 1 through 5, like that. If Spain goes neutral, goes hostile, it doesn't change the campaign. Prussia will still be hostile when we have to fight as if we're still fighting into the second round. If Russia goes hostile, that's going to change it to Prussia and Russia declare war. And we have to fight that campaign. The good news, sort of good news about that, is we get essentially a do-over. All these cards come back into play. I don't have to pay the cost for these, and we basically fight again, but we're still under the same condition where the first victory is going to be a stalemate. So I've laid it out here. If anyone disagrees with how I'm thinking about this, but I think I'm going to go with option 2 here, and we're going to randomly put either Spain or Russia into a hostility. So let's take a look at that. All right, 1 through 5, it'll be Spain. 6 through 10, it will be Russia. We roll, and it is going to be Russia. Interesting. Okay, so Russia, which is technically doesn't ever get diplomatically rolled, but it doesn't matter now because they're at the one place where they can't get out of, and that's hostile. And Prussia and Russia are hostile, and it says immediately change, becomes hostile and change current campaign card to match the updated diplomatic standings. So this is out for now. It goes back. It's not out of play. This comes in. We are on effectively a new campaign as far as I know. This is how I have to play this. The nice thing is we do get this guy back. We don't have to pay for any of these guys to fight. This actually comes back, and since it has no cost, it is available to us. So we can get a nice bonus here. So let us begin the Prussia in Russia declare war campaign. Let's look at the situation. +1 DRM in first combat round. +1 DRM in first combat round if Austria is allied. They are. So we are going to start with a +2. That's good news. Okay. And again, since this is available in the first combat round, +1. We're at +3. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to use Marmont to get this up to +4. We only get one shot at this. And this is going to be if it's a victory, it's a stalemate. And we're right back where we started from. So we're really hoping for a victory here so that we just don't keep going on and on and on. Ready? +4. Prussia and Russia declare war. Here we go. 9. Okay, now we can work. We got our first victory. Unfortunately, it is considered a stalemate. Now, because it's a stalemate, that knocks us down 2 glory. We start out with a -1 DRM because of the stalemate. I'm going to go ahead and pay this cost. And -1A, so I'm out of administration, so I can't use that other card. It's not very good for me. 45 is going to go down to 35 glory. We are ready for the second combat phase. This goes out of play. Let me see if anything comes back in. I'm out of admin, so I cannot play that. Unfortunately, the short time for war comes in. We take another minus. That is still not part of the equation. And I've decided to gamble. I don't see any advantage to not going all in on this. I can get +1, +2, +1. So I can get a total of +4 on this roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is only a +2. This is going to be one scary roll. And if we get a victory, it'll be quite the thing. Okay, so ready? 5, 6, 7 is a bloody victory. Victory nonetheless. I think we're going to take it without complaining. Hold on. Thought about it again. I made a mistake. Went back looking the rules. Okay, one thing I missed. I mean, it's not going to change. It will change some things, but not a whole lot. I forgot the rule is that when there is a new campaign, like we said, you get your commanders back at no cost. You get your strategies and tactics back, but campaign modifiers are discarded. Both of these would have been out, along with these. Oh, that would have been out too. So yeah, that wouldn't have changed anything. Okay, so all this would have gone. That would have gone. That would have gone. That would have gone. That would have been one less DRM. So it's still a bloody result. It's still a bloody victory because it went from 5. We had a +2, so that made it a 7. That would have made it an 8. That's still a bloody victory. And here's the big one: is this wouldn't have been in play at that time. So I took this option here. I didn't have to pay that because that would have been in effect. I would have had the 1 admin back. I get my 10 glory back, so we're back up to 45, and the P goes back to thing. Okay, so, and you may be thinking, well, what about this? This is not a strategy. This is not a campaign modifier. This is something that sits in the Prussia box. I only put it down here to remind me that I had to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put him back in Prussia. But all those cards went away. It's still a bloody victory. Now, we look here for the result. Victory may either play Polish campaign or -5G play Treaty of Tilsit. Either available, blah, blah, blah. But they're both available. And since everything resets when you do a new campaign, I think we should do that. It's a 1 round, and we're going to go ahead and play. Polish campaign, we only get 1 shot at it, so might as well. All right, Polish question. Campaign resolved immediately after victory in Prussia. Campaign result. Polish question cards may now be flipped over face. Conduct only 1 combat round, then resolve as below. Okay, so, whoa, okay. So these cards, the Polish question cards are flipped regardless of what happens. May now be flipped, doesn't say must be flipped. Let's take a look at these. Okay, I have a choice. I can either make Poland a Grand Duchy or a kingdom. If I make it a kingdom, Russia will forevermore be hostile to me. Some interesting things come up from Duchy of Warsaw. I think I'm going to go with Grand Duchy of Warsaw. I think they skew towards history here. All right, so we get rid of this. Yeah, I thought there was a contradiction here on the instructions, but we flip face up any time after Polish campaign has been played. It doesn't say resolved. I guess it's technically played, so we can go ahead and flip it over. Grand Duchy of Warsaw, and right here, up here in the top. Here, back out. Yep. Yeah, let's get up here. We're up here. Let's get the whole thing in, because there's more coming. All right, well, we +5 glory, so we are up 45 to 50. And we removed Kingdom of Poland. Also, these will flip up. We have Poniatowski, a commander who will be removed if he's wounded. And we put him in commanders, but he's not going to be a commander on this. It goes into commanders. Yeah, not for here. And we're gonna have us a mistress, Marie Walenska. Must plus 5G, so we're up to 55. And we must roll the dice. H, place in Napoleon's bed. And put a bastard son in I, Napoleon. Or, well, there's two. It's way up here. There's a little box for it. Hey, check it out. Limit 1. You can only have one mistress. One?
One? Yes, one!
It's a Polish campaign here, I believe. Let me know if I'm doing all these rules right. I think I am. Okay, so this comes back. These guys come back at no cost. We have no campaign modifiers at this time. There is only one round of this, so whatever you get, it's got conditions for defeat, victory, or stalemate. So we might as well and just go all in. And what do I need? 3 of these guys? 2, doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Got to roll for anyway. And it's one round, so we know we got plus 4. So whatever happens, happens. The answer is 7. Bloody victory. Now we are going to get the bloody victory result. Okay, but a victory nonetheless. Let's take a look. Victory, play Treaty of Tilsit. Okay, that's easy enough. This goes away. There's no more chance for a Polish campaign in the game. All right, must move to current treaties after victory in Polish campaign. May be moved after victory in Prussia and Russia declare war. Plus 1 diplomatic. Okay. Plus 20 glory. Woo! So from 55 to 75. Set Prussia to allied. Oh, I get 2 political points too. 14, 15. Prussia is allied. There. And Russia is set to neutral, unless Kingdom of Poland. It's not, so yes, this will go to neutral, and we don't roll on it because we still have Tsar, what's his face? Tsar Paul. We will turn this card over for the diplomatic phase. We have to check all our commanders. He's discarded. Stays. Stays. Discarded. Alright, I've double checked. Everyone that's canted is immune from a roll this year. It leaves only Spain to roll. I'm going to add the 1 diplomatic point to this dice roll. We need a 6 or better to maintain status quo. We roll an 8, so we're not hostile yet. Now, potential campaign-wise, nothing is required. However, Russia is possible, and when it's possible, and you don't do it, you're going to lose 5G each round, I assume. And so we're going to go ahead and Russia it up for next turn. Okay. Future Scott gun here. With a quick edit, I need to roll for Austria. They are under a treaty, that is true, but we do have to roll against that treaty to see if it goes down. I don't have any way to really spend DRMs. I already spent it on, I think I spent it on Spain last, but we do need to roll against it, and let's see what we get. And the answer is yes, the Treaty of Schönborn is out of play. Okay, but it still stays, I can go ahead and move, decant that. There's no treaty anymore. Alright, that's it. The domestic politics phase. Okay, we only have 1 hostile, which is Britain, -1. 1 bloody result for -2. No continental system yet. I have 2 allied nations, so we're back to 0. And I don't think I'm going to spend any points on this. The worst that can happen is 5G. I'm actually pretty flush with glory at the moment, so we'll just take whatever it gives us. Well, again, the worst possible is -5. Oh well. So we're down to 70 glory. That's still nice though. Future Scott gun here, inserting this real quick. At the cleanup phase, I need to roll against this. Sorry about the air conditioning. And in 1 through 5, it's removed from play. This is the one that helps our diplomacy rolls on Russia. And the answer is nope, it's gonna stay in play. All right, that's all I wanted to add. And there you have it, 1803, quite a year. A lot of rules I had to crank out. I'm thinking about splitting this video up into several parts here. You know, it says complexity 3. At the amount of kind of tracking these cards and seeing if they queue off each other, you have to kind of go and do an inventory of everything. I'm almost inclined to and see how they interact, and you have to puzzle some of it out. So I might actually have to bump that up to a 4. I don't know, I'll have to think about it for a while, but that's the end of it. Join us next time for year 1804, and we're gonna have the dreaded Russian campaign, I do believe. But see you then, I hope, and thanks for watching.